Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Let's Talk Naija on here on CTV, your number one online television station. My name is Omolapake Raji. Just in case if it is your first time joining us on here, we talk about all things topical issues going on in the world of Nigeria. In Nigeria, we talk traffic, we talk life updates, we talk every issues, all right, from crime to happy news to sad ones. We talk about it all. I mean, talk your own, me Nigeria better. That's the saying, isn't it? I'm not doing the show alone, of course, but I have a cameo appearance from a very special guest joining me on today's show. I've got with me Adetoko Damilola, aka what? He says he doesn't have AKA, so.
Come down for short.
Hi, Dami. What's up? How
Very
are you
good, very
doing?
good. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. As Nigeria been treating you?
Well, not very fair, but we're pushing it.
We there, Abby. We still
There.
standing.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So let's take it from. Okay, before we start, because we have a lot to talk about, as we always do. We never get tired of talking now, do we? You can be a part of the show, so do well to let us know your thoughts, your comments, your reactions across whatever talking points it is that we're going to be talking about today. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, we're there. CTV Live is the handle, and on TikTok and Instagram, CTV Live 1 is where you can talk to us via. You can also drop your comments and reactions via the WhatsApp line 0901 5601 908. Let me take that slowly. 0901 5601 908. Okay, so we've been talking about traffic and giving updates as it concerns us, our
hmm
locality, our area, for the past few weeks now. On your end, what's been happening? Good news, bad news?
Well, not good news. Like, not just traffic. To even see either bus or napep now, you have to stay for like 10 to 15 minutes. Like today, I had to stay for like 10 minutes if I could get a napep from my place to
And is that
another.
usual? Is that usual?
Not all the time. At times when I get there, they're always there. Even like you get like four or three or five
They are begging you.
begging you. But this time around, you see up to like 10 persons waiting for just one napep, which is impossible for everyone to
Yeah,
occupy.
yeah.
So you have to wait. You have to rush. Eat yourself.
Some giddy going on. Yeah.
Survival of the fittest. And from Ilekpo down to the traffic is always terrible. Like
I thought they fixed the road though. I think we're patching some errors.
there are still some places that same road that are very 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 terrible till now.
Oh, okay.
And getting to Iyanokpaja, we have last man always there, staying there, and still yet you still see buses parking on the road to drop passengers, to pick up passengers,
Passengers.
causing unnecessary traffic. And when you look at this traffic, it's not something that probably just see like 10 or 20 cars, like hundreds of cars lining up just to pass one route. Like, why can't you just try and tell them, okay, park properly,
Which they know they're
which
supposed
they
to,
know
mind
they're
you.
the drivers know they're supposed to do this thing and they are not doing it. The Lagos State government felt, okay, what can we do? They
We have the
provided
last
them
mile
with
officials.
the last mile officials and even some tax force officials. You still see them. They'll just shout, "Leave the place!" This thing. At the end of the day, they'll still be there. Well, because normal now. Uh,
Thanks for
you even
coming.
understand. So they give them few like some cash and everything. So they
And
just
all is well.
all is well and the traffic, none of their business. They are not stuck
Which
in
is
traffic.
very it's very interesting, all right. I see these things, I note these things, and it just it baffles me sometimes, that we know the right thing to do. We choose to not do it, thereby inconveniencing other people, and we don't care. I mean, because you're fine, and then we
We
just continue.
are our own problem to some extent. When we blame the government, we should also take our own blame. I myself, okay, let me use myself for example. I'm in a bus now. I know this place is not a bus stop. Now I'm shouting, driver, driver. Oh
Wow.
wow, I want to come down, I want to come down. Meanwhile, I know myself, it is not a bus stop. At times, the driver will object, be like, no, I've not gotten to my bus stop. And when the noise is too much at times, oh, just the driver will park. Come down, come down, come down. That come down, come down, come down. You're either causing
Obstruction, basically.
obstruction, and that way it starts with just one particular car. Hold up, traffic
Yes,
starts with one particular car,
it
and at the end of the
continues.
day, or you see some probably the batch themselves, and they'll park in the
Do you
middle of
know who
that
I
road
am?
to
See,
settle.
that way you took the words out of my mouth. So, so I saw this do you know who I am scenario a couple of days back, and I don't know how the bashing happened. I don't know who it's who. Do you understand? So I just got there, and of course they had caused traffic. They were not parked, like they were stopped, just smack right in the middle of the
No, middle of
road,
the road.
and like, excuse you, see me, see like pointing, and you're seeing the,
I'm the one coming this
you
way.
know,
No, I'm
add
on my
right
right lane.
away, you know, and they did this for about 10 minutes, and you can only imagine how much gridlock has formed from that stop.
Yeah,
See, I get it. You bashed someone's car. Either you want to do, I'm so sorry. Got me. You
park
want to prostrate. You
properly.
want whatever it is you need to do. Or say, do you know who I am? Can you guys please leave the
Leave the
road?
road. You're not.
Like,
You're
go
not.
and park, somewhere. Leave the road for other people. And so you're not
At
inconveniencing
times
them.
when I'm probably going out and probably the traffic is very much. When I get to one point and I don't see, I like be like, is it evil spirit that caused because you won't even be able to explain the cause
Of the
of the
traffic.
traffic. You'll be like, so why have I been stuck for over 30 minutes, 1 hour? Be like, what really happened? You won't be able to explain. Probably it was, and do you know who I am that happened? Probably it was an accident. But when you get to that spot,
Exactly
you won't
anything.
see
And
anything.
we
So
really our own problems.
I feel, we Nigerians are very stubborn. I'm sorry to say we are very stubborn, and I don't know. I feel we need a strong hand.
Is it not strong enough?
No, no, it is not. No, for this traffic, I'm not talking about other things. Other things are unnecessarily
For
strong.
this traffic,
But for this particular traffic issue, I feel it is not strong enough. I feel we'll need. I should try and mention some bus stops like that Yanokpaja. We'll need like 10 soldiers.
just to be whipping people.
No, not sweeping. I get to understand that Nigerians, when we see soldiers, we tend to
Yeah,
respect
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah, I think so.
When you see the soldiers not even looking at you, but you are just seeing that uniform. you won't dare, you won't dare park or
Stop where you're not
stop
supposed
where
to.
you're not supposed to stop. Even if one of your passenger, you can even slap the person. Can't you see? Can't you see? So I feel we
No
would
violence, I
no
beg.
violence though, but I feel we'll be able to let them just stay there. Rather, they might be sitting down or doing it. Let them just stay there. Let people just see them. I feel that is what we need as Nigerians.
As a people,
They are number one. There are many, like many. So uh, they should try and do something
even
concerned
in
because
Lekpo, even in
even in Lepo,
Lekpo,
all
they
this
put that
traffic
stuff.
are not
Oshodi as
caused.
well.
Not all of
Oshodi
them
as
are
well.
caused by bad roads. Some are caused by stubbornness, and just because we don't want to give each other way, you are coming, he is coming, and
No one wants to
you
stop
know
for the
this person
other.
is supposed to go first, but you, because you are in a hurry, you might not even be in a hurry, but because you want to
You
show
can,
you can drive, I go pass you before you pass me,
and it's not Formula One.
which no,
Like it's
no,
not. And really, I think we can all do better
we can do
because
better.
the kind of so for Monday now, the was it Monday or Sunday? It was Sunday. The traffic along Ikeja to Oshodi and back. Highs.
Sunday.
Like on a Sunday, which is unusual, right? It was crazy. I don't know what they were doing around airports. There's been construction
Construction,
going
I think a
on, and
bridge.
yeah, so it's been quite the hassle going through that access already. For that Sunday, it was traffic pro max. It was like every form of new traffic that you can possibly find. It was traffic pro max. It was insane. It was crazy. It was everything that people would like to avoid. Imagine you doing, oh, let me quickly go to this place
Mhm.
at the quick come, and you're quick coming. You've done 7 hours,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
stuck.
yeah. In Lagos, if you're planning to get to a place, let's say 9 a.m. in the
You leave
morning,
around
yeah,
5.
9 a.m. You should leave around 4:30.
How about we leave 2 a.m.?
It is Lagos, and okay, probably it's just it should just be an hour 30 minutes journey. So you should prepare for like 4 to 3 hours. We have people that live in Ikorodu State and work on the well, sorry, and and work on the island. You see, as at 4 o'clock in the morning,
They're out.
there's already traffic, and I'm being serious now. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. 4 5, there's already traffic in Ikorodu. 4 5. By 6 o'clock,
That's wild,
you
though.
just know from one point to another, you'll be spending like 30 minutes.
That's wild. See, I didn't know that. It would be nice. It would be very, very nice and lovely and beautiful if there is a week, that we don't have any new thing to talk about traffic wise. Like
No,
everything is
well,
just
I feel
great.
the population of Lagos State, I think the
Also
whole
comes
of
to it.
Nigeria is much in the whole of Nigeria. The population of Lagos State, I think we have the most population
Yeah, can we compare to the
in
northern states
in
though?
Nigeria. No,
Even for the southwestern part of
no, in
Nigeria.
Nigeria, Lagos State has the most population, and we are more than 20 million in Lagos State. And if you don't know, Lagos State is also the smallest state per landmass in
So
the
yeah.
whole of Nigeria. So it is quite expected to face traffic, but not the one caused by humans.
Right,
Yeah, it's
and
not
just
the
because of our
one. Yeah, yeah, it's not.
impatience,
Yes, not the one
and
caused by
when we choose
humans.
to not just obey traffic rules and
Hmm.
regulations, just want to just form, do you know who I am? So
And
please stop
I,
doing,
I can drive.
do you know, as yeah, you can drive, we know,
We
but
know
still, obey traffic rules,
if you
and it's
can't
the
drive, you
least you
don't have a
can do.
license.
Shots fired. Pick yourself if it's getting to you. All right, for our next topic of convo. So we saw this on Jur Olumofe's page. This particular topic got me, and before we came on, you and I we've already been
Mhm.
thrashing this out and all. All right, so in case you missed it, this is it. The the person who sent this in, the title was this: Are all Igbo men like this? My husband is too proud. I may lose my job at this rate. Good evening, Juror. Please post and keep me anonymous. I have been married for 3 years now. I live in the UK with my husband. We did our wedding in Nigeria and we moved to the UK. We have a 1-year-old daughter. She's a blessing from God. The way the UK is, nobody has maids. You have to fend and cater for yourselves. Those who live abroad know this well. We're processing my mom to come and help us out, but she has a business and she doesn't want to leave a business in Nigeria. I work as a virtual assistant, but I have to go to the field sometimes. My husband works from home too. My issue is this: when my husband is alone with our daughter and she poos, he will not clean her diaper and change it. He will wait for me to come back. One day it was like 4 hours. The poo had already been, yeah, and all that. And our daughter had urinated and pooed even more. When I'm not around, he will call and say the baby is not sleeping and crying, that I should come back home. It's like he doesn't want me to have a job. I told him, and he said and he is a husband in quote, yeah, and this is not his job to do. I was like, oh wow, he's a provider, but this behavior for Dapa is somehow. One day he called me that she had pulled again, and I had to take a train of 50 minutes back to change her and go back to the field. He doesn't help with the dishes or anything. His friends will come and eat and drink beer. The house will be like a pub. Please, what do I do? I cannot afford a maid at the moment. My husband is not helping me at all. Then this last one I would like to take is that was the end of the comment the woman sent in. Then this person was a someone gave a commenter in quotes, yeah. So she says, Poster, you're very wrong. Find time and apologize to your husband and get help from your mom. I am an Igbo lady, proudly Anambra. I'm from Aguata side in Anambra. Poster, it is disrespectful to ask your husband to ask to ask your husband to change the diaper. Very, very. Igbo men are highly regarded. I'm sure you're Yoruba. You should marry Yoruba Ngbati and private churches and all that stuff. So yeah, I felt some kind of way when I saw that story, but it just off the top of my head, I was just like, what came to my mind? Shay, you didn't want me. That sound that is going viral and everywhere. So, Dami, let me ask you your
Mhm.
thoughts on this situation.
Well, I'm not trying to take a sub on the I am on another tribe because I can hear Igbo and probably you're Yoruba or
Even though
anything.
we don't know what
Yeah,
tribe we yeah.
we are not taking sub on any tribe. So I also read it myself, and okay, there are some kind of words I can use on this show, but you all know what I want to say.
We don't.
If you can read my mind,
We don't. We can't read your mind.
try and read my mind, because like you have a child, he's he's the husband in quote, right, and he's the provider. If you claim you are the provider, not that you can't get made in the UK or in the US, they're just quite expensive. As a provider, then you should provide money to get a maid for your child. Or probably the child is a year old already, and I feel there are daycares you can take this child to. That is because I understand that we have some men, I don't know if I should call it pride or laziness, they don't want to do anything. They feel because they are the one getting the money, then they should just relax and you shall do every other thing. Me, I'll give you the money, everything you need, I'll give you, which I don't find, which is not good. Which is not good. We are family, and for the fact that you are working remotely, you are always home. You don't want to spend money on maids or anything. It will take you nothing to just wipe off. Like it will take you absolutely no. It is your child. Okay. Personally, I find some things irritating myself, but this is my child, my carbon
Your flesh
copy,
and
my
blood.
flesh and blood. Like when I'm even touching you alone, I know I am touching I'm touching myself. If I can do it for myself,
Right?
if
How
I
about
can
you
do it for
ask for help
myself,
in the loo?
exactly. If I can do it for myself, then why is it so difficult for me to do it for my own blood?
For a no, see,
Okay, let's even not even my own blood this time around for a baby.
like I really wanted to mention
And
that part.
I'm not married. I don't have a child yet, but I do clean babies, probably family,
Hey,
my
you bro,
uncles,
it's
and it is very easy. You don't even have to touch this thing. Just use the diaper, clean
true. You
off
know the needful,
the this
and
thing.
you take them to the tap.
Exactly, very simple.
Tap do the work. You turn it around again. Tap.
It is very
So
simple.
yeah,
But we can't just use this particular case. She also mentioned that he doesn't do
it doesn't
dishes.
help
He
out with
doesn't
the
help out at
dishes
all.
and all
Even
that.
when his friends come around, you already know that man is a lazy man.
But is he lazy though? I don't think it's laziness. Now, like there was one word that was my choice word. I didn't think it
Wicked.
was laziness. I think it was just being wicked. I think that's it. Why I said that is this. So if one thing that always okay, so if you were living alone as an adult, you pay your bills. If you don't pay it,
Exactly.
who will? Would I pay for you? No. Don't worry, don't even ask me. But if you were living alone, you would pay your bills, you would do your laundry. If you cannot do it yourself,
You
you will pay
pay.
someone to do it for you. You would clean your house, or you pay someone to do it for you. If you have a living help, fine.
Hmm.
You would make your food
If
if
you
you can.
can't,
If you cannot,
you get food outside.
you get food outside, or you have someone cook it for you. Or maybe you have a living chef or something. Maybe not even a living. Maybe someone who comes in a couple of days in a week,
Yes.
stocks your freezer. That I'm not saying that for there are certain things that you would do, right? Even if you have a dishwasher, There are certain materials the dishwasher will not wash. Yes,
exactly.
there are some things that are not good for you to
And
wash in the
even
dishwasher.
if a dishwasher be washing anything,
You load it.
you load it,
You
you be
load
the
it.
so,
You don't have a choice.
so you have to
Even
do
if you have a
something.
washing machine,
You have to do
it's by
something.
your hand.
You put the
You
clothes.
put the clothes. If you don't like, don't sort it. Your colors will mix together. They'll do you tie and die. Like I'm just saying that if you're living by yourself, there's certain things you are going to do for yourself, even
Exactly.
if you don't enjoy it. And FYI, I need to put this disclaimer out there. House chores is not my favorite thing to do. I don't look forward to do like, oh my god, I'm going to do my laundry. It's not
Well,
exciting.
aside from cooking, I don't think I'm interested in any other thing, but I have to do it. I don't have a
If you
choice.
like, don't do it. Who will do it for you? Do you
Exactly.
get it? So if you cannot do it, you either pay for someone to do it for you and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't. There are people who actually enjoy like like, the way it's
part of
therapeutic for you
them
to
to
cook.
cook.
It's therapeutic for me to bake, not to cook. I don't
Hmm.
enjoy cooking. Do you understand? So for some people, it's therapeutic. Blah, 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 blah. It's therapeutic for them to do
To do
laundry or to,
laundries.
they enjoy doing
I
this.
know
So
someone.
it's fun, you know.
She loves to sweep and mop.
Wow! Oh, let's can you move into my house, please.
Sweep and mop. Like I'm always complaining. Is it every day you will mop? I'm don't
Wow.
complain this time around. Is it? There's no baby in this house.
So what's the
So why you
point?
always mop? Like why?
I think she should move in with me. I
Even
think
when it is very clear, like
it's
this place is
clean.
very clean,
Just
but
some topping
it
up.
is now like a daily routine.
Wow.
Sweep and mop. But any
Okay.
other thing,
I like for that person
any other thing, cooking, no,
to
bah.
come live with me. But I'm just saying in this situation now, so male or female, right? There are people who cannot cook, of which personally I feel like there are certain things that are life skills,
Hmm.
and you should be able to do certain things. You might not be able to make a five-star gourmet meal. You're not
Yeah.
a chef now, are you? You might not be able to baking is not a life skill as it were.
Hmm.
Cooking something that you're going to eat. You don't have a choice. You have to be able to make what you
What
can
you
eat,
can
or
eat.
if you can't make it, good for you. You should be able to afford it, and all
Exactly.
that stuff. Okay, so there is that. But if you were living by yourself, you're going to do all this. Now, when you have a partner, when you're married, I don't. It just takes, it takes me aback when people go like, oh, like, sorry, how hard is it for you as an adult to finish eating,
Well,
and you take your plate to the sink and you wash it? Like, bro, is it really that
well,
difficult?
I feel where the problem is actually coming from is in the home, even in a country, you have to have someone who is leading the country, right? I'm trying to bring out a point now. You have to have someone leading a country. Then in a home, there cannot just be a parallel government. There have to be someone because you have kids and all of that. There have to be someone leading the, not lead like that, like heading the home. Let me use the word head, like heading the home. And I feel where the problem comes from is the sharing of
The
the
roles.
roles. Probably if you okay, you go and work. We have houses that probably the husband is not working, is always home, and the wife is working, and the husband does everything in the house because if you okay, you can't just go to work and come back home late and still come and do all of these things while I am home all day.
And
We
I
have
can't,
women who doesn't work at all. And I have been home all day, and I expect the person that has gone out to
still come back and come do
to
all
come out
this.
and come back and do all of these things. But now, in a case whereby the both are working, both are working and settling bills together, then other roles in the house you still have to share them. Okay, washing, probably the husband, if they have a washing machine, we can help out with the laundry and everything. The wife can decide that, oh, probably she wants to cook. But when it comes to your child now, you both have the responsibility to take care of that child
You don't have like
equally, not even because when the child grows up, the child will love you. It might not be equal like that, but if the child is giving you 50,000, is also giving this person 50,000. Like, yeah, I'm just using that as an example. But you want to take credit for the success of your child, then you have to impact the life
and
of your
I think
child.
and I
And
think that's I'm sorry to cut you. Something that is also very I think is very key is that I'm not a parent, right? I don't have kids of my own, but I know that parenting is more than the financial.
Exactly.
It's emotional. It's mental. Like you have to be there, and being there for your baby, bro, is just to
It's
change
not,
the
no, even
diaper.
if even if it is not just about the diaper, even if it's about carrying your child, probably your child is crying, petting, all of these things are, it won't take anything from you. Like it's like, okay, now you are not even going out.
My
Okay,
brother
you
is
are working,
working. He's
you're working, but you don't leave the house. Your wife is working. Not all the time she leaves the house. I'm very sure she won't complain
if she
if,
was the one who had to take
even
care.
if they're both staying in the house. I don't even think she would want to complain that the husband isn't doing anything. But this time around, she's actually going
She
out.
was out and doing
You are home. Then,
like I'm just wondering during the period it took you
if
to
okay,
just do.
even if you can't do all of these things, if you can't do all of these things, you feel okay, it is irritating, then it means your child is irritating. Your choice. No one, no
And
one,
but
no one owed you for that. You don't like your child. Your choice. And if you, okay, you don't want to do all of these things, then pay someone to do it.
like short
As
and
far as you
simple,
are
right?
the father, as he claims, and is the provider, then provide for that aspect as well.
It's just incredible to
Because
say the
if you should look
least. I
at it,
just
the woman actually carried this child for 9 months.
when you were just there to
When you were
say
just
sorry,
there
like
saying sorry and all
sorry.
of it. Now the child is here now. You still want her to do everything just
She'll be
because you are the
like,
provider. You don't know.
well, I wonder if you provide though. Like I saw the story and it's just I didn't like the way it made me feel. Is what I should say. Like I saw the story and
And
ah, there is being mean and there's being mean. I
this
beg.
kind of a man, you make all men look the same. While we have men that actually do all of these things for their child, like they even enjoy it. They'll even be like, their wife should
It's
rest.
bonding for them and
And
their baby. Really,
especially if the child is a female child, they'll be like, they want to just be all around their child. They want to take care of their child. We have men like that. That even the child, while growing up, the child will love the father more,
and be more attached,
and the more attached
than the
with
mom
the father
sometimes.
than the mom, just because the father has created time and everything for this particular child. So now you are not even trying to bond with the child. There are some things the child will be going through that it won't be, the child won't be free to come to you, be like, oh, daddy, so thing, and because you did not create that bond. So all of these things are ways you can create bond with your child, to be close to them, make them feel
Your
loved, and
presence,
like,
be
exactly.
there. And this now brings me to the question that, if you, I feel like everyone should know this. I think everybody does know this. The fact that kids are a huge commitment. You don't stop being a parent.
Exactly.
If you have a child, that's it. You have a child, and you're responsible for a lot of things until they're adults. Even while they're adults,
You're still
you're still
responsible.
responsible to a certain extent. So if you know you cannot handle what being a
A
parent
parent.
entails,
Why?
why bother?
And
No,
for the lady that commented, for the lady that commented, I feel
the,
she's
the, the, the
irresponsible.
commenter.
I'll feel I would say she's irresponsible, because ladies like this, women like this, makes men, like, some men will see the comment and be like, is this not another lady that is actually supporting the
Rubbish.
rubbish? And they'll be like, if this one can support it, then why are you against it? Stuff like that. It will now make the whole thing looks like, oh, the woman is actually doing too much, that
Perhaps she's
it is
overreacting.
like, it is actually nothing. Now what is there in you taking care of your child,
Taking a 15
15
minutes
minutes
train.
train, and if it should be by bus or by personal car, we know how long that will
That's
take, because
God,
traffic
though.
know the old train. Traffic know the old train. So you understand how it will be. That lady is very irresponsible, and I hope, you know, it is her life. She will get married someday.
She could be
When
married anyway. We
no,
don't know.
she might be and she might not be. When she and Virtual get married, and she's going through all of these things, if she complains, then she's not serious.
No, I hope for our own good though. That I hope she.
There's no way
I hope someone shows her love. It's what I know. I'm serious.
Okay,
I watch
only
all my
only
shows I
that.
love.
But if
Ah,
you have this kind of a man, ask your husband. I bet you
his life will go tired.
probably you will come back and be like, I'm very sorry for this comment. It was due to ignorance.
I will not
And
do it
I will
again.
not do it again. And I'll see what women are going through, what women with kids are going through. So maybe then she would
It's
know.
a lot of commitment really, and of course, see, I've been doing aha since because it's very appalling to say the very least. Of course, we're hearing from one person's point of view, right? Which is the wife who wrote in, but I think we can also relate that to certain experiences and a few marriages that perhaps you've had the opportunity of seeing certain things.
Mhm.
Of course, you don't get to see the entire thing because you're not in the marriage with them, but you get to see a couple of things, and we've seen a little bit of life. I mean, this is my short stint on Earth.
If you're talking about marriage, just pray to God that your marriage works. Because if you should be talking about marriage and you probably social media is your yardstick to marriage, I don't think you want to get married again because of
Oops,
how
this sad news.
the sad news about marriage. You see, they had a very glorious wedding and not even up to 2 years. They are already having issues. They are divorced and all of this. If you want to use social media, then I feel your marriage won't work.
Yeah,
So
because
just
if you're not careful, you
mhm,
internalize all
mhm.
this
You
bad,
see
sad
people's comment, I
news.
don't believe in marriage again. I don't do this. I don't do that.
Yeah,
Just because
a popular celebrities relationship,
exactly.
perhaps eat the rocks and all that. And I see. I think you've taken this conversation to one direction that is very interesting in the sense that you I mean, this I'm not. I've lost whatever in marriage and all that stuff. But I think we all know that social media most times is smoke and mirrors in this, and
Mm,
and you bounce it there. But you post most times that
your
which is,
beautiful pictures.
when you want to take food filters, your that is the one either you're a food vlogger or
Hmm.
not. You take the ones that is the most appealing.
And aside from appealing, probably you went out and you ordered a tray of food, probably something you do just once in a while. You take a picture of that. Well, the one you cook yourself,
You just might
you
not take the
post.
photo. You get it.
So
So if you and
you
really if
want people to see the best, like
you put your best foot forward because I mean packaging and all that stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. Of which there are people, or especially younger people, or I won't say especially actually, even older people also sometimes get caught. You just conveniently forget that when the relationship is maybe irreparable, like irreconcilable difference, like they normally cite, then
and
you
before them coming out, do you know, like even if it's just 2 years, do you know what they actually faced for that two
you
years?
don't know,
You don't
and
know.
yeah, and
And they'll still be posting pictures, beautiful
fine,
pictures,
dope
going out
pictures.
together,
You get it.
taking pictures. You'll be
Me
like,
amo,
oh,
me amo,
Godwin, and
te
all of
amo, and all that.
that.
So yeah, I think we all know that. We all acknowledge that social media is that. So we had better, live your life, be in the moment, be
Hmm.
present. And something else I think really helps, even though I know we are all surgically attached to our
So our phones.
phones, is more like an extension of our hands these days. But something else I think also helps is taking time out from social media sometimes. When was the last time you took a break off of social media? A day, it doesn't might not be an entire day, maybe a couple of hours. Like
Well,
I just want to breathe.
social media. I hardly use Instagram, like hardly when I check Instagram, just one particular page just to read news and all of that. Once I'm done there, I'm closing my Instagram. I'm not watching anybody's married pictures or anything. I have no business with it because I have my own life to live. Then Twitter, it is very hard. Yes, it is.
I was waiting for that.
It is very hard. Only if I have network issues. Only that. And at times I do take a break. Like probably I have enough movies to watch. Then I'll just take that break. I won't even turn on my my mobile data, then watch movies to just stay away, especially that particular day I'm already seeing too much of bad news, or I'll just stay away. WhatsApp, I don't really use it.
Wow. So basically, if I want to talk to you, I should go to Twitter. Okay, so if we're out of the office, well, for me, one thing I have been trying my best for the past few, yeah, for the past few months now. I've been trying and failing sometimes at making, yeah, it is what it is, at making Sundays. You know how you can get sucked in. So most times either you open uh either I open Twitter or Instagram to pick up an information,
Information, yeah.
either so for my business here, perhaps maybe I want to take an information, or from the customer's DM, I want to reconfirm a line of conversation. So after I leave the DM part of it, there you are, you see something like, oh, lovely. If you're not careful,
Before you
15
know it,
minutes,
15.
20, if you, an entire hour you've spent it. So I've been trying to make Sundays social media free days for me. But how well has that been going, you ask me? But I've been trying, and so I've been succeeding in some Sundays, some other Sundays. Before I know it, I've gotten sucked in. Like I have to consciously do like this and punch my data like you should have warned me and all that stuff. But something that has also been helping me in recent whatever for Instagram now, that app can be very beautiful. So you don't be seeing fine people, fine things. So I've been setting time limits on there. So I cannot spend, it's not like I can, nobody's going to beat me. But so for at interval, I can't do more than 10 minutes. And
You'll be logged out.
no, Instagram is
No,
going to work like you
okay.
like should you take a break now, or how does it even say that thing? Would you like to take a break? And so like that. Okay, all right. So yes, and I close it and I go. Or and also setting an entire daily limit so I don't exceed an hour on the app. So if it's 1 hour, adios. And sometimes I go back home. Let's put that out there. But most times, and I've been, so that's even for regular days, and then for Sundays. For Twitter, I've not been putting that in, because most times that when I'm at work anyway, how much time do you get to spend on social media? But it's also nice to take a break, do what makes you happy, do you get it? But also give,
Mental health.
give it its own time, and don't overstimulate your brain, because you're taking so much, and as they call it, it is content, right?
And
As you consume